Today we're going to talk about the West Texas fertilizer explosion. This happened on April 17, 2013. This explosion had left 15 people dead and approximately 260 wounded. The reason of this explosion happened because ammonium nitrate. They had it improperly stored inside this plant. And it took about 20 minutes for this explosion to happen, from ignition to boom. And the force felt like the equivalent of the magnitude of a 2.1 earthquake, and had left a 93-foot crater scarred the site. I mean, could you imagine the magnitude of that? I mean, the town had pretty much built around this fertilizer plant. It had 2 schools were destroyed, 145-bed nursing home, old people that couldn't even leave if they wanted to. And it had a 22 apartment complex. All this was beside it, had parks, and just the safety protocols that weren't even, they weren't even using those. And from this, we had learned a lot. They had it properly stored. They had it inside a wooded area, wood framed area. And it's just the protocols in place. Some factors contribute to explosions weren't even recognized the hazards where the nitrate was even stored. It is just crazy how, people could think, everybody knew at this time that ammonium nitrate is flammable, explosive, all of this. And ATF came back in 2016 stating that now they believe that, somebody intentionally had set this off. They have a $50,000 reward set out for this. Anybody that is knows any information, anybody watching this, if you know who did it, call ATF. The fire was not a result of any tossed cigarette or any type of electrical malfunction. At first they thought maybe that's what had caused it, was, some loose wire on a golf cart, on the battery or something. They really, at that time, didn't know until back in 2016. But we learned a lot from this. We have talked, they have Kyle Cagle, Republican, came and put Texas House Bill 942 in place, pretty much talking about, from now on you only can have, small amounts of ammonium nitrate. And you have to have the fire department, everybody has to know what you have and where it's at and how it's stored. It has to have sprinkler systems in place, in case this happens, because sprinklers, can put it out. Can stop the fire from happening or slow it down, give first responders enough time to get there. They also, NIOSH had come out with a few things, and one of them was, recommendation 11, hit even closer to home for the fertilizer industry. The fire department should ensure specialized training. The fire departments that are around in the vicinity that would be called to that need to be trained on all the chemicals or explosives that they have there. Make sure they have everything that they need to put it out or keep from getting hurt while they're there, stuff like that. They also came out with recommendation number 12, revolves more around the city, putting roles protection rather than individual companies. And fire code officials, authorities, making sure they have safety people that come in there and check and make sure all the protocols are being met by the law in the state and federal. The conclusion that I had come up with, sorry, I'm having one hand problem. The West Texas fertilizer plant sent a shockwave that started in the West. The moving for stricter requirements, the order ensure the safety and security of the workers. Now parks and facilities, homes can not be as close to these fertilizer plants, from the ammonium nitrate and stuff that they have, in case for some reason this would ever happen again. The proper training and the proper training and recognition of hazards will also go a long way in eliminating this from ever happening again. So I just want to thank y'all for listening and have a good day. Thank you.